Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the UltraRunning Magazine podcast. She's the goo in my packet, UltraRunning Magazine editor-in-chief, Amy Clark. Amy, how you doing?
I am great, Scotty. How are you?
I am solid. It's great to have you back. The
Great to be
weather's
back.
getting warmer. The birds are out. They're singing. They're chirping. Rattlesnakes
Love
are
it.
starting to get out of their little holes, and the bears are coming out. Must be springtime.
Must be springtime.
And with that, we have a new issue, which I'm very, very excited about.
Yes, we do.
That, oh my gosh, Rachel Drake on the cover.
Rachel.
Badass.
Yeah, cruising to a win at Black Canyon. Awesome.
Heck
And a
yeah,
golden
man.
ticket.
And a golden
She's gonna
ticket.
be running Western States for her first time. She's always been, I always see her at the finish line with Tyler, her husband, because he's always in like the top three, And so it's really exciting to see her get to finally do it herself, which will be a fun race to watch for sure.
So cool. So cool. So
Awesome.
let's get a preview. What's in this issue?
Well, this is our ultra inspired issue. I think that we can all agree that everyone gets inspired by all of the efforts put forth by ultra runners who go out and just do it, just line up on the starting line and go out and get it done. And so we kind of put together an issue that was somewhat, based on that inspiration, like what we're inspired by, who we're inspired by. We've got actually a whole kind of smattering of stuff. Buzz Burrell writes about some inspiration that isn't quite, necessarily ultra related, but it is because there's these amazing people that we don't hear about that run in costumes. They are running like a marathon in every country. Just all these awesome people out there doing what they do.
Mm-hmm.
We have got the we've got the spring shoe review in here too, which is inspiring for some people because they want to go out and buy some new shoes this spring. It's a good time to do it. And so we've got the latest models from a bunch of great brands for that. We've also got a feature about women closing the gap between men's finishes and women's finishes. So as you may have heard, as the distance gets longer, it's become apparent that there's equal kind of footing between men and women who are racing against, that distance. And so they get closer and closer in time together. So it's a great feature by Nick Tiller, who is actually one of our columnists. He's a physiologist and he reports on that. It's a great feature for sure.
Yeah, he has two articles in this issue. One about one of my favorite things in life, carbohydrates.
Yes.
And how much do we really need? And which is a great question because I never really know the answer because I think 0 is, not enough, but how much is too much? So
right.
Really in depth on that. It was really cool.
Yeah, so he has his normal column, which is Ask the Physiologist, and then he has the feature. So yeah, Nick's been doing awesome things for us, and he's just right on top of the sport of ultra running, which I love. So we have a great feature also by John Trent about Brian Morrison, where as you may remember, in 2006, Brian ran Western States, was in first place, ran around the track in Auburn, and then did not win. And he did cross the finish line, but he did not win the race. And so for those of you who know the story, you know what happened. Those of you out there who may not know, it's a great story, and it catches up with Brian, or the story catches up with Brian to present day, and what he's possibly going to be doing, which is writing a book about the finish.
So I see that you're not wanting to kind of give away the details of a story. So
well, I don't know.
Word, but
the word, I guess.
It is.
If you don't know, you can look it up. You can Google it, but I don't want to ruin it for
the story
people.
It's legendary.
It is.
People ask, like, did that really happen? Yeah, man, that really happened.
That really happened.
Yeah, definitely. It was really cool to see that. His side of that on what happened in one place like this. So very cool. Right. Very, very cool indeed. So definitely worth your time. Love it.
Yeah. Brian did come back in 2016 and finish Western States.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm serious. I mean, I didn't, nobody knows the 2006 story, but he did finish in 2016. So
You did, yeah, and
there you go.
like under 28 hours too.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, he is an amazing individual, and works or owns one of the maybe one or two of the Fleet Feet stores in Seattle, and also is the race director for the TNOA 100 up in Washington. So
So
yeah.
cool.
We've also got race reports on Rocky Raccoon, which was a mud fest, water storm fest this year. It was, I think, some of the worst weather they've ever had. So the finishing rate was really low,
Yeah,
which kind of is evident in the photos that we have in the magazine
definitely.
as far as the weather. Um, Cactus Roulette, which that's in Kansas. It's a kind of a looped event where they pick their um, chips, I guess, and each chip has a distance, or yeah, a distance for a loop, special loop with a special distance. And that's how they continue to keep going. So Tarawera, which is an event in New Zealand.
Bucket list run.
Yeah, yeah.
Goodness.
The photos of that one, wow, it just
Yeah,
looks amazing.
stellar.
For sure. And then Frozen Noun in Illinois, which is a classic 50K for the winter time.
Burr.
Great,
Burr, burr,
great
burr,
photo.
burr,
Yeah.
burr. You are some
Frozen
brave,
Gnome.
legit, hard souls out there.
Yeah, agreed. Let's see. We've also got you know, I I think that everybody in the ultra running world can understand the the closeness we have with our pets and running, especially running with a dog. I don't have a dog in like running dog that I can run with, but I know that there's a lot of people who do. And Jeff Kozak wrote about uh, his personal experience with a new puppy, and his unfortunate, early uh, passing, which, I think Jeff does an amazing job relating his life to everyone else. And so it's a very touching story.
Mm.
So that's his story for the month. And then, yeah, we've got the best role models in ultra running, written by Sarah Lavender Smith. And she really, it's funny, she wrote this, and this was Jared's running up for air event in Salt Lake City.
Mhm.
And she did it, and she wrote about it and talked about how great Jared was. Little did we know at the time he was training for Barkley, but yeah, that's what he was doing. So anyway, yeah, lots of fun stuff in this issue. It's
Yeah,
great.
and I saw that you guys did an article about UTMB.
Yeah,
In
we
there, do
did.
you want to share about that?
Yeah. So thank you, Scotty. We wrote, well, I should say, Gail Dutigny is our international writer. He is very well versed in the UTMB world, has done it multiple times, as well as Marathon des Sables, which he's actually there right now running again. He wrote a kind of a opinion piece about his perspective on the whole UTMB controversies, and kind of started with the letter from Killian Jornet and Zach Miller, and just kind of his thoughts on, is this unique to the world, or is this something that we have seen before? And so it's a good piece, and I think it'll open up some conversations about it.
Mhm.
Um, we've all got to talk about what's going on out there, and what's right and what's wrong, and how we're going to move forward. So we're not going to ignore it. We're going to just take it on and deal with it as it comes.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Good for you guys for
yep.
shining a light. And good for you guys for continuing your commitment to women in the sport.
Yeah.
And a new feature, regular feature in the magazine, dedicated to women's issues in running. What's in store on this month's issue?
This month's issue, it's menopausal training strategies. And so Megan Canfield, who is just amazing, in the sport, in her 60s, she's still running, racing. And she writes about kind of the strategies that you can use to continue to train and, best continue to run as much as possible, while dealing with, you know, the the symptoms of menopause and kind of the things that women experience when they go through it. So
Excellent. That is so
yes,
great. Is
yes,
there anything
love
else
it.
we should know?
Um, just that we're going to continue this women focused kind of stuff for a while, just because of Jasmine Paris's recent finish at Barkley, which was historic. And I think that we're all feeling a good you know, momentum coming with women in sports. So
It's pretty
I love
amazing.
it.
I love it.
Absolutely love
So
it.
good. Can't wait to see
Yeah,
what happens next.
I know, me too.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, we'll see you next month for the following issue. We can't wait for that. When's that one going to drop?
That one will drop probably a little, well, we always drop it online on May 1st. So it's a May, June issue and it'll be online May 1st. In mailboxes probably just a little bit after that.
Whoop,
So
whoop. All right. Looking
yeah.
forward to it.
All right. I'm
All
looking
right.
forward to it too. Thank you, Scotty.
Thanks, Amy. Take good care.
Yep, you too.
Bye.
Bye.